Harrison, what's up? Harrison?
Who the hell is Harrison?
I'm walking in slowly. Talk to me, alright?
I've got all sorts of thoughts right now. Work's not going well. All I have are bad thoughts. Home life isn't the best. Look at Jared Leto as the Joker.
Well, Jared Leto is not the best Joker around, but I wouldn't take your anger out of that would compel you to wear a Joker outfit.
He's not even acting like the Joker. He's acting like Jim Carrey playing Scarface. Voiced by a cat, a little bit of pimp in there, and a bunch of pedophilia.
I don't understand. Yes, I understand this movie, you don't like it. But this anger you have.
Yeah. Fuck this movie.
Okay.
Fuck Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Fuck Jared Leto.
Okay.
But most of all, most of all, fuck you.
We finally made it here to the most controversial movie of 2019, and that is Joker. In this movie, it was directed by Todd Phillips, and Joaquin Phoenix is playing the iconic character Joker. Joaquin Phoenix plays Arthur Fleck, who is down on his luck, and he is a sign twirler. He lives in a dirty old apartment with his sick mother, trying to make ends meet. And while this character is trying to make ends meet, he is slowly being beaten down by, trigger word, society, and this is more of a character study of a man who has internal darkness by society, and he's being beaten down, and how that anger manifests into a persona that could be someone like the Joker. And we have the movie. To be honest, I was a little bit skeptical when they announced they're making a origin Joker movie, because Joker is great because he doesn't have an origin. His origin is basically shrouded in mystery, and I felt Christopher Nolan did a perfect job of illustrating that mystery revolving around his character when Joker was explaining how he got his scars to Rachel and also Michael Jai White's character in the film Dark Knight. But going into this film, all the knowledge you know about the Joker from all the source material, you gotta take it out of the window because it doesn't follow the source material in this movie. It has a perfectly brand new origin story that hasn't been told before. And after watching this movie, I have to say that I absolutely love this movie. I love the portrayal of the Joker from Joaquin Phoenix. I love the directing of this movie. It was beyond eye-dropping and just gut-busting. Joaquin Phoenix was unrecognizable, and it baffled me. I believe that this man deserves an Oscar, hands down. Joaquin Phoenix gave out a haunting performance, and also he plays a man who is basically being beaten down by society. He is down on his luck. He is demoralized, browbeaten, broken, downtrodden. This was a fantastic performance, and I felt like that in this movie, the audience will feel sorry for this character, and the film does a really good job of making the audience understand of what he is going through. And the audience can slowly see Joaquin Phoenix portrayal, his performance, and they can see the darkness and the anger that is slowly brewing inside of him, that is soon manifest itself into a person who could be like the Joker. And the audience can understand why he has this certain viewpoint on this world. And I felt like Joaquin Phoenix gave us an actual realistic portrayal of the character. The way Todd Phillips directed this movie, the film has a feel of the 1980s. It has the feel as if Todd Phillips directed the film in the 1980s. Now, I wouldn't consider this film like a thriller or a drama or anything. Yes, I do consider this a drama, but I feel like this is more of a character study. Not a lot of action sequences in this movie. It does have a little bit of a slow burn where the film focuses more on breaking down the mindset of the Joker. And the score did a fantastic job of blending in with certain scenes with Joaquin Phoenix's performance, where it blended in perfectly where his character was slowly turning into the dark version of himself, and the score added on to it. It definitely resonated and it gave me goosebumps. Everyone outside of Joaquin Phoenix, Zazie Beetz, Robert De Niro, they definitely did their parts, but they didn't really have much screen time in this movie. Zazie Beetz, she plays a character that is kind of hangs out with the Joker a little bit, but clearly most of the screen time revolves around Joaquin Phoenix, and it is just remarkable. Now, the controversy revolving around the Joker is that the movie condones violence. They said that this movie promotes young white males to commit heinous crimes. And one of the questions in this movie that I sort of asked myself is, what role do we play? Did we cause this? What would happen if a regular person turned into someone like the Joker? This movie was not trying to condone violence or make violence okay. This movie was more like a reminder of our actions could impact other people in a negative context, where that impactfulness could be the downfall of a certain person's humanity or mindset, or just their characteristics, where their characteristics could be opposite of what they are, and that makes them become the darker version of themselves, of a persona of the Joker. I felt like the film did a fantastic job of asking us these hard questions. But in a sense, I felt like the controversy doesn't make sense, because we have seen lots of violence movies in the past few years. You've seen John Wick. He was basically killed 300 people in the span of 3 movies. That movie is violent as hell. Deadpool 2. We've seen him shooting people in the head vigorously, but yet no one wanted to talk about that. I understand the controversy of when Johnny Holmes decided to shoot down a movie theater. I understand that, but I wouldn't take that heinous event and blame this movie for it. I wouldn't do that. Yes, this movie was violent. It depicted violence, but really the controversy doesn't make sense, because there's other violent movies that's way over the top in violence and stuff like that. So why you're not criticizing that movie? In this movie doesn't really have not a lot of violence in it. This movie focused more on Joaquin Phoenix's mindset of him dealing with his surroundings. It has violence, but the violence was taken seriously and it was gritty. But there wasn't a lot of action sequences and there wasn't a lot of violent sequences. There was probably like a few later on into the film, around the second act and third act, but there's like bits and pieces here and there. No, it didn't condone violence. It doesn't let the audience know that, hey, it's okay to be like Joker. It's okay to take out your anger on people around the world, around your surroundings. It basically tells the audience, hey, if we contribute to this is what happens when a man loses his humanity. Life hasn't been giving this person the true meaning of living. They don't really have no purpose of living. And this is pretty much like a reminder of that there are people out there that are suffering mentally. And I feel like this was pretty much like a message towards that. So yes, this movie was fantastic. I had a phenomenal time watching this movie. Joaquin Phoenix was haunting. He was unrecognizable. I was just baffled by his performance and his transformation into the character. So yes, I'm going to give Joker the highest rating that my channel can offer, and that is Batman-tastic. I didn't really have any conventional flaws with this movie, other than it has some similarities to Taxi Driver in certain scenes. But I feel like this film was inspired by Taxi Driver. And there's a lot of films that are inspired by other films in cinema. I'm going to give it my highest rating. I believe that this movie is the best movie of 2019. My anticipated movie of 2019. My favorite movie of 2019, hands down. And I am at all. And I'm feeling really emotional right now. So yes, this is a really good movie that I recommend you guys to check out. take some friends, don't take kids. Alright guys, that's my review of Joker. Have you seen Joker? What are your thoughts on Joker? Comment below and let's talk about it. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Alright guys, thank you for watching. You have been warned. I'll see you guys next video. And if you like everything you see and you agree, subscribe to my channel and join me in the Batman family. I'll have more Batman-tastic reviews in the way. You have been joked. Till then, ciao.